So for step 13, attaching the gear differential unit, this actually is a pretty simple step in that really it's just a matter of putting this C2 piece into the drive area and your differential unit, put it in between and put it together. There's no screws, there's nothing that you're putting together here permanently. So you can see here they're telling you to use rubber cement again, which I guess is just so that we'll hold it in place so that nothing's falling out. I don't know. We'll try it. Let's see how this goes. But essentially all we're doing is putting this piece in between and pushing it together, and then we'll be moving on to step 14. So I'll set this up and let's put it on. So this is maybe a slightly weird design. You can see how that's going to sit once it's into the chassis. So I'm going to show you how this is going to work. You can see from the diagram the way that is shaped that the larger end is sitting to, like, basically it's sitting like this if you look at the diagram, and that's going to pop into the chassis that way. Now this piece is the only thing that is attaching the drive train to the differential. So it's basically like a mini drive shaft. That's essentially what it is. And notice how easy it is to fall out. So we're going to do it an interesting way. Obviously it is showing just put a bit of rubber cement on the top part of it. So for example, it's kind of like they're showing putting a bit of rubber cement on that part. They're not showing it going into the differential with any rubber cement, just that side. So just going to wipe my hands. Here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to hold this up and down because if you tilt this, it's going to fall out. So we're going to grab our chassis. We're going to grab this. We need to slide this all the way through. And then you can see it's going to attach inside the drivetrain. And I'm going to hold it while I spin this so we can get that going in the correct spot. There. Now, you'll notice that it sits in between. So just like the diagram shows, it sits in between and there's space on either side. So if we come in closer, if you can see this, this is sitting in between and it literally moves in and out. There's nothing, it's not tight, but it is now in. And essentially that's how that back end is going to sit. So that is it for step 13. Now if I put this down, this isn't moving anywhere. So it is staying flat. So I'm going to make sure that I don't move it, because if I pull this out, that is going to fall out. Now I've put the rubber cement on. Maybe when it dries a little bit, it will be a little bit more secure, but I'm not relying on that. So I'm just going to put it aside flat and we can call step 13 done. So that means we can move on to step 14 and attach the rear lower arms.